again, guys. Thanks so much for joining us today for Image Ignited's webinar. My name is Jireh de Jose. I will be sharing on all things eyewear and masks. We never thought that masks would be a must-have, go-to, essential accessory of 2020, but here we are. So to go along with our Eyes Ignited theme, we're going to be talking about eyewear that suits your face shape and how to naturally brighten your eyes. Alright, so let's dive into eyewear. Now, of course, the question is, what is my face shape, right? We don't really talk about face shape. We've done some webinars in the past about what your body type is and what your body shape is, but yes, we also have different face shapes. So one of the easiest ways to find your face shape is to actually stand in front of a mirror. Then you want to pull your hair back, and then you can literally draw with something that you can erase on your mirror, or you can just outline the shape of your face. And then that shape that you outlined or physically drew on your mirror is obviously your face shape. So what are the four main face shapes? So the four main face shapes are oval, round, heart, and square. And there are actually a few more, but these are the four main face shapes that we are going to talk about today. So if you have a heart face shape, meaning that your widest part of your face is near the temples or near the cheek area, and then your jaw or your chin has a more pointed shape. So you're gonna wanna go more towards these kinds of eyewear. So it's angles of all kinds and wide and upturned. So angles that are towards your temple. So this allows balance between the pointed eyewear as well as your bottom half, so your jaw, and your seemingly pointed chin. So the next face shape is the oval face shape. Now if you are a rectangle body shape, this is like the equivalent of the rectangle. So if you are a rectangle body shape, almost anything looks good on you. And then if you are an oval face shape, pretty much any kind of eyewear looks good on you. So the silhouettes can range from cat eyes, so back to the angled eyewear, or even round or even boxy silhouettes. Next is the square face shape. So for this, you want to opt towards more circular and round eye frames or eyewear. This will soften the angular features of your face by balancing it out with circular eyewear. And last but not least, we have the round face shape. So it's almost opposite of the square face shape. If you are a round face shape, then you want to wear more rectangular or boxy silhouette. Oversized eyewear suits you as well. And of course, you know, I had to add it in because this is the reality of our world right now, and it's face shields. So face shields, of course, are very in right now. They not only cover your eyes, but your whole face, obviously. And of course, these are good for any face shape that you might have. And believe it or not, fashion retailers are joining in, of course. So you have Pen Shop, who have bucket hats, which is very on trend as it is, and then they just added a plastic face shield to it. And then online retailer Fashion Nova have also put a twist on the traditional baseball cap and visor by adding, of course, a plastic face shield onto it. Alright, so now we're going to talk about how to naturally brighten your eyes. Besides the food that you consume and physically, literally facing light that can lighten your eye color, you can also naturally brighten your eyes with the colors you wear. The closer it is to your eyes, the more effective and brighter your eyes will appear. So of course, nowadays, what's the one thing that we are wearing that's extremely close to your eyes? They are, of course, face masks. So for brown eyes, these are the colors that you want to go towards to naturally brighten your eyes. Rich blues, khaki greens or army green, soft pinks, and even gold. Of course, if you don't have brown eyes, there are many of articles you can just Google on what colors will naturally brighten your specific eye color. So Cherry and I have been talking a lot about eyes, right? Obviously, eyes and our eye color, how to take care of your eyes and the skin around it. And I just wanted to point out this quote that probably you have heard so many times before, that Greek philosopher Plato once said. And he said, "Beauty is in the eye of the beholder." So what does this really mean? This means that the person who is observing, something or someone decides on if it's beautiful or not. And what one person might see beautiful, another person might not. And that's just the truth, and that's the reality of it. But Cherry and I wanted to point out that there is someone who already sees you as so beautiful. It's not something that you have to wonder, it's not something that you have to ponder or think about or, think, does he or doesn't he? Because he definitely does. Here's this quote by Elizabeth George from her book, Beautiful in God's Eyes. And just to give a little background, she's talking about the Proverbs 31 woman. So you can literally open up a Bible or Google Proverbs 31 and then you can read it for yourself. But in essence, that chapter is talking about the Proverbs 31 woman. She is a woman of noble character, she's virtuous, and she's faithful, and she has integrity. She knows grace and she extends it. Caring, she's compassionate, she works hard, she stewards the time and the work that is put in her hands, and she stewards it back well. So this quote says, the Proverbs 31 woman is all about what's beautiful in God's eyes. Not man's eyes, not the world's eyes, not the media's eyes, not an artist's eyes, but God's eyes. True beauty is being able to see yourself from God's eyes. So when you stand in front of a mirror and you look at yourself and you are picking apart and judging and criticizing all the things that you don't like about yourself, you are not seeing your beauty from God's eyes, because rest assured, He is not criticizing and judging and picking apart what He created. Here's a verse from Genesis 1:31. And God saw all that He had made, and behold, it was very good. For a few minutes, we're just gonna pick apart this verse. Yes, it's from Genesis and like the creation of the world, but you being created by God, this also relates to you. This also relates to me. And God saw. So as we're talking about eyes and eyesight and vision, God also sees. He looked at you. His sight fell on you. And then it goes on to say, all that He had made. So He created something. I'm sure you, even if you were like in elementary school or grade school, you did arts and crafts and you created something, you made something. God also designed and created and handcrafted you. And behold. So the Webster Dictionary says to observe or to gaze upon. And I love how intentional the Bible is in adding this word, and behold. I'm sure you've gazed upon something as well, whether it was an attractive, handsome guy that walked in front of you, or perhaps you've gazed upon a work of art, or nature, or those shoes that were on sale. So the fact that God just paused to stare and to observe and look and took that moment says so much about God's love and compassion towards us. And lastly, it says it was very good. So you were very well made. It's not just pretty good, it's not just all right, it's not just like, oh, better for the next one, next. You were made very well. So whenever you think of that phrase that Plato once said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you question if anyone sees you as beautiful, rest assured that someone definitely does, and that's God. So thank you so much everyone for tuning in once again to Image Ignited's webinar, and we are so thankful for every single one of you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, where you will get updated on all the upcoming events and webinars, and just to get connected with us. We'd love to chat with you. If you are interested in a personalized consultation, we also hold those for beauty and fashion related things, and we are just so grateful for all of you.
I'm Cherry.
I'm Jireh.
We're Image Ignited.